This week on Question Mark, we talk about Black Friday, the impact of COVID on consumer habits, and also which brands have done really well from the crisis. Alison asks, do you think Black Friday offers in the UK are worth doing, or does it cheapen your brand? Thanks, Alison. So with this question and it being Black Friday, I'm inclined to say it could hurt your brand. And what I mean by that is it depends what kind of brand you actually are. So if you are hospitality and you are food and drink and things like that, a pub, I'm not sure that it sits that well right now that you would offer something and have a Black Friday offer. What I would say is I think it's much more expected and accepted in things like FMCG, electronics, fashion, retail, those types of things, maybe even bigger purchases like cars and things like that. The other thing I would say, knowing hospitality, is that to have an event on a Friday isn't that great actually, because usually your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe even your Sundays are actually quite good. So what you want to do and what you want to make sure that you do is you have things that boost traffic and boost sales and boost, visits and interest sort of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, really. So I would say if I was hospitality, unless there's a real smart reason for it, stay away from Black Friday. But if you're retail, e-commerce, all these things, and have American links, etc., I would say then definitely it's a great thing to do for your brand. Tim asks, what impact has COVID had on customer shopping habits? Thanks for that, Tim. I would say last mile delivery has probably been one of the biggest changes in terms of people's shopping habits. So anything, Deliveroo, Just Eat, all that type of thing. And even the supermarkets have got in on the action. And I would say that what was planned for probably the next 5 to 10 years in terms of adoption has probably happened within the space of 6 months. And I'm sure Will Shoe over at Deliveroo, I'm sure he said something similar. So, it's really sort of been out of necessity that this has happened. So then in terms of, cementing the adoption of online, I think we've seen it even back at our days, back at lastminute.com, we were hoping that turn was going to happen, that we were saying to people, why go outside? It's cold, the weather sucks, order from us for your Christmas. But, consumers now are doing it in droves. So 44% of consumers expect to permanently change their shopping habits post-COVID, and that's from Retail Gazette from a recent study. And then 47% of online use will increase. So, it's only going to go north. So there's going to be a very, very big change in terms of high streets, even retail parks. And, but I think it's a worry for the planet, just in terms of waste and packaging and miles and all the rest of it, and also for humans as well. If we are encouraged to not go out, eventually once all this is over and we're out of the habit, then, that could be a worrying thing for physical and mental health. But, I think, that's been the biggest impacts of the whole thing. And a lot of people, don't forget with Christmas this year, a lot of people, unfortunately, are going to have to cancel Christmas, due to ill health, due to not having money to spend to get people presents. They just won't be able to afford the outlay. So I think we might see, a lot of people go big, but I think, we'll see a lot of people, almost sit Christmas out or have a very, very reduced Christmas. But, all the action really is going to be online. So, it's going to be like that for many years to come, I think, and until it's a flip of the situation that we're used to. Tim asks, which brands have done well from COVID and why? So I'm sure you guys have done really well in the wine trade and the retail trade and all that stuff. I'm thinking you would have done anyway. I think wholesalers did really well in terms of breaking into the consumer market because people wanted to buy things in bulk at the start, when you couldn't get shopping deliveries and all these things. Whether that will have plugged the shortfall of regular business, probably not. But it could be a very, very interesting new avenue for them to look at and, maybe rebranding it slightly. And I think people are less bothered about having extra stuff sitting about, just so that they've got it. People will feel a security in that. So, bigger things could be to come, from wholesalers and people buying from wholesalers. That'd be interesting. I think garden offices did incredibly well. Lots of people that I know are getting those done, whether it's a wee, couple of metre by couple of metre, sort of phone box style, or whether it's something a bit more grand. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to be in that business at the moment. So many people are looking for that extra space and extra room, loft conversions and all these different things, anything that's going to make more of your home and getting round to those jobs that you've never get round to because you're stuck here. Be all those things that I've gotten on your wick, if you can afford it. Great for the dogs business, and pet food business and all these things. Again, many, many, many people that I know, and obviously across the country, you're seeing it, more people getting dogs because they're going to be home, and it's just nice to have a dog around for most people, and it's exercise and it's a companion and all these things keeps the kids entertained. So yeah, huge. Fitness, so pelotons and the like, treadmills, subscriptions to online courses. I mean, obviously bad times for gyms, but again, lots of people trying to figure out ways that they can stay fit and healthy at home, and that will go through to Fitbits and Apple Watches and all these things as well. But a huge rise in that too. Obviously, the meal box delivery systems as well. So your Hello Freshies and the like, Gusto and all that. So huge news for them. Again, people are wanting, a little bit of a treat most nights, and they don't want the same old. And, having had Hello Fresh myself and Gusto, I think they're absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of waste packaging though, but it is super easy and a real joy, and pushes you into things that you might normally not cook if you're not a sort of scratch cook, if you like. Retail brands, a lot of businesses are so thankful from having those 2 or 3 grapple hooks on the mountain face, where they're on retail, they're on e-commerce, and they're high street as well. High streets went duff, but the other two things are maybe working out well for them. So, your brew dogs and your Fullers and the like and all the rest of it, well, with Fullers, actually, you might have a difference because, the Inns is owned by someone else, but you get the idea. If you have pubs and beer and you sell, etc., and it's all under one roof, then, that could be a great recipe for you. And I would encourage as many businesses as they can to have that, at the very least, that they have something in retail, they have something in e-commerce, and they have something physically as well. I think it's something we should all have been doing before COVID anyway, but, hopefully this has helped accelerate that. Obviously, healthcare and cleaning and PPE and hand wash and all these things. So yeah, great business to be in. The bleach business as well, I suppose. Bulk buy, as I said, I think that's, one of the big habits that's changing. But I think anything bulk buy, your Costco's and the like, people will be going and getting the stuff for, what they're seeing as survival. There'll be a lot of protectors and nesters out there. And then the aggregators, Deliveroo, Just Eat, etc., etc., huge winners in this. If there's any more though, please write in and say, but that's the main ones that I think have sort of won the day.